Our project, Saving Our Planet, has been a real success. So many colleagues work together to make it possible, both through online collaboration and through live, face-to-face meetings between students and teachers, made possible with Comenius funding. eTwinning was an essential step in organizing our project, making it possible to find partners to discuss specific ways of working together as teachers, and to organize the ways our students would communicate over the course of the project. Traveling to each other's countries allowed us to think about different attitudes regarding the environment and see different ways of dealing with environmental issues.
Getting students to work together with European partners isn't as easy as we first thought, and we've made a lot of progress over the years. At the beginning of our project Saving Our Planet in 2007, we worked online with all our partners in France, Italy, Germany, Poland and Romania on environmental matters. Our communication platform is the Viva Virtual Village. Here we got to know each other and worked on different projects concerning environmental problems and their solutions. Soon we felt the desire to intensify our work by organizing face-to-face meetings. Thus we applied successfully for a Comenius certification and were able to carry out student exchange programs.
The Viva Virtual Interactive Village has changed a lot too. Viva is a collection of forums on various topics, first developed in 2000, and now in its new version based on a Dokios platform. It serves all our needs for exchanging documents and student ideas in an open and inviting setting.
I am a French teacher and I work with my students in French in this project, and it has been a real experience working with my colleagues in English. The project blog is a tool for exchange between peers. It encourages motivation in a dynamic and effective way. It offers students the possibility of expressing themselves. They write knowing that others will read their work, and this helps make them aware of the value of communication and learning. Different tools like cartoon makers, virtual games and flashcards have never been my goal, but rather a means to realize students' tasks. My students work in collaboration with their European partners. And in the same way, I have learned so much from my European colleagues. Even more than from other colleagues I see every day in my own school. Distance brings people together. Long live collaborative teaching.
In my classroom, you use textbooks from our French Patrie school. Normally, I teach science in Italian, but here we study fossil fuels in French. It's very important that my students can see that science is the same in other countries, and much of the vocabulary and things like the periodic table or the symbols for elements are all the same. Students also realize that people all across Europe and around the world face the same problems, and that by working together with people from other countries, they can make a real difference. Little things like going by bicycle show them that if you go in the same direction, we can all help save the planet. Later, students are even tested in French, and this has brought real benefits for their progress in my subject. As a student, I never had this opportunity to know what actions other countries have taken about the environment. Teaching with an electronic whiteboard makes it a lot easier to show things people do in other countries.
Our first face-to-face teacher meeting took place in November 2009. We did teacher training on using Viva, blogs, and other tools, and prepared our schedule of mobilities for the following 2 years.
The French students made their first trip to Livorno in March 2009. On their first day, they discovered an urban environment very different from what they were used to. A higher level of pollution, a Mediterranean climate with significant consequences on local ecosystems. Visiting many different sites, such as the walk along the Lungomare, the Natural History Museum, the Botanical Gardens, and the Industrial Port. our students were able to appreciate a city rich in contrast and work together with their correspondents.
I took a group of German students to Livorno in May 2010. In May 2010, the German students were happy to visit their Italian correspondents in Livorno. They discovered an interesting, open-minded town directly at the sea. Like everywhere else, some places were polluted. So we took action and contributed a little bit to a cleaner environment. When the German and Italian students said goodbye, they were already excited to meet again. In September 2010, the Italian group came to Germany and had an interesting program in Münster, famous for millions of bicycles, lots of natural reserves and innovative ways of using alternative energies.
In September 2011, the German students finally met their French hosts in Châteauroux. This shows the beginning of an interesting time. The French and German students visited a greenhouse in Châteauroux where the local flora and fauna is preserved. Teachers and students enjoyed lunchtime together in the nature. Here you can see the whole group at the water treatment plant. During the visit, an expert informed about the process of cleaning and purifying the used water from the city.
The French and the German group had a wonderful day in Münster visiting the natural reserve called Rieselfelder, a very special place for all kinds of local birds. Almost 50 people did a bicycle trip since Münster is famous for its bicycle paths all around the city. It was a little bit tiring, but so exciting. The climber house in Bremerhaven was another highlight of our ecological exchange. Here one of our students forecasted the weather. Maybe it was a good job experience for her future.
We participated in the Comenius individual mobility program by welcoming 5 Italian students for 3 months in Châteauroux in Lycée Pierre-Marie Curie. It was a very enriching experience, both on a personal level and for their studies, and they achieved outstanding results. Even though the French system of grades is very different from the Italian system, these 5 students were able to validate their work in their own school after their return. This experience allowed them to grow and become more mature in their relationship with studies.
Our final Comenius meeting took place in Livorno, where Marine had organized a festival in a school around the same theme of saving our planet. Students from nearby schools attended this festival, presenting projects or performing very professional music and dance recitals. Our students from Italy and France, who had been involved in the exchanges, also explained how the project had benefited them directly and made them more aware of European and environment issues. We teachers had a lot of work to do preparing in our final Comenius report.
Students were able to use the Viva Village and other collaborative tools to discuss endangered species. They did web quests to understand the risks these species face and to propose possible solutions. During their trip to the Brain Nature Preserve, the group was lucky to see one of the last cisted turtles, which are almost extinct now. What a great moment!
Another topic students worked on was eco-citizenship. They recorded interviews, radio programs, and adverts on this theme and shared them with their project partners.
Nowadays, global warming, mainly caused by burning fossil fuels, is an essential problem. Consequently, our students focused on the possibilities to avoid the use of fossil fuels. One emphasis was on wind power. It is amazing how an old technology like a water wheel is being reinvented and turned into a modern electricity generating tool. Different groups with members in France and Germany started their cooperation online on Viva and completed their work during the visit to Münster.
My students in natural science class participated in the project by producing short films about global warming presented as humorous parodies of TV game shows.
During our project and our mobilities,
we wondered what sort of ideal city we would have liked to live in. Students confronted their different points of view according to their personal experience. The blog became a real collaborative space where each one could put forward his ideas and his creative solutions. I am certain that it's only through creativity and collaboration that serious problems in our world today can begin to find a solution.
We hope this short presentation can help other teachers wanting to organize similar projects, combining elements from both eTwinning and Comenius. We found the experience very rewarding, both for our students and for ourselves, and hope this presentation can inspire other colleagues to start their own projects.